my dear Pisces. This is a reading about what the person most on your mind would want to happen between you two with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. And today I'm reading in the order of the signs that showed most support to my channel in February by liking, commenting, subscribing, becoming members and watching the ads, helping me to free up time to put content on my channel. And if it was not for your support, there would simply be no channel. So thank you so much, Pisces. And this reading will be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign, and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. And for Pisces, this will be a reading about what the person most on your mind would want to happen between you two. Can often be a conflict between head and heart, and this will be revealed here together with the most likely action that they will take when it comes to you and your relationship. I will also reveal what they would tell you if they dare to tell the truth with the brutally honest oracle cards. And for a cross-watcher, this reading will most likely be about where the Pisces person's thoughts and feelings are at. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And I usually read for the empath's side of the story. Also, remember that the other person holds your shadow that you mirror out to the world so you can be able to see it. In the end, you need to use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this general reading for you. And I will use the THELEMA tarot for the readings part with the artwork by Renata Lechner. And I will also use my own set of brutally honest oracle cards. You can find a link in the description box if you want your own set of these cards. Okay, so I will start shuffling the THELEMA tarot. And when I open your deck here, I see the moon and the wheel of fortune. So your person is currently going through a drama which is repetitive in their life. They fear something and they end up creating this, what they are fearing. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the Seven of Cups with the wheel. So it has to do with the primordial hurt, the original trauma that happened to this person, like their innocent soul at one point. This is how we learn. We become traumatized and scared and full of fear, and we do a lot of mistakes, and then we get experts in the field and we heal ourselves and we become wise old souls. So it's nothing really going wrong, but it feels very wrong. So it might be that this person has been victimized in some way or traumatized in some way that then plays out as a repetitive thing in this person's life. And what we can see is often that we create the thing we fear. For example, if we were abandoned as a child and felt like nobody loves me, we will fear that no one will love us, and we might either be clinging on to the other person, or we might self-destruct or destroy the relationship because it's going to go to H anyway. So might as well help it along, so we are not like a helpless victim to what's going on. And either or, the same thing will happen. We will end up creating this, what we fear. So I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world. And then we have death and the wheel. So that's transformation. It's when we realize we have driven down the same pit hole again and again, like with our bicycle. This is the wheel of the bicycle. And we see the hole in the street. So we think, oh, that's where I usually end up. So I'm not going to drive down there. And we focus a lot on this hole there. And then we drive down in it. And we end up creating it again. But here with the death card, it's actually possible to make a real transformation, to actually heal our wound and to face the ghosts of the past and kind of grow. Okay. At least realize that we have this dark side to us that is full of fear and also creating bad cycles in our own life with our behaviors. our sometimes subconscious behavior, so we don't even know them. But with death, we can become aware, either to, for example, to great sorrow. So we are really faced with our mistake and we realize, I can't live like this. The 6 elements, and we have the 4 of Cups with the Death card. So I'm thinking your person is going through such a state and they're trying to heal, taking care of themselves and shelter their own very innocent and fragile inside, and maybe also putting boundaries so people can't hurt them again or traumatize them again in this way. 13, 1 plus 3, 4. So these 2 cards are connected. It seems like the first step for this person is to put boundaries, maybe both for themselves and for other people. For example, we can put a boundary that I'm not going to be a codependent anymore and give all my strength away, or I'm not going to be nice towards my boss and then scream at my children. It can be different things, but it's an element of putting boundaries both to others and oneself. So 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today. Queen of Pentacles, some of you might be dealing with an earth sign. 6 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. So it seems like that person, if it's any sign, is working on self-love. And 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. This might be you ignoring their progress or the things that they have done to improve themselves in some way. Okay. 5 of Wands, because maybe you're angry with them, or they have done something to hurt you, and now you want to be kind of ending up on a winner streak. You don't want to be the loser to this person anymore. So you put up a little bit of a fight there. Okay. So I will just tune in to you, Pisces, the person most on your mind, and what they would most likely want to happen between you two, okay? So this is the action, the most likely action that they will take, and this is what they would want to happen between you two there, and this is how they view your past. And we have a Page of Cups here with the 9 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. I feel like this person sense that they have both been vulnerable, but they have also been acting maybe a little bit in self-interest. So they have been both. And I think they really felt like you had a very strong connection, almost like a marriage. But this is both very young people. So this might be them, for example, acting a little bit like a player kind of person. And this might have been you being very naive to that player trickster energy. But I'm also feeling that this might be them at one stage, like this is how they protect themselves and this is how they really feel. And very vulnerable and innocent and small. Okay. And this is what they would want to happen. We have the Devil here with the World and the Chariot, the Empress. They seem very strongly connected to you, almost, or actually like a little bit obsessive with the Devil here. Maybe you are like their drug, and that's kind of what I'm seeing. The World card 21, the Empress 3, and then the Chariot and the Devil. So maybe it's a little bit like ownership, control, wanting you to be theirs and no one else's. It can be hard for such a person, for example, to see you move on with someone else because they want you to be with them. They can't, like, oh, finally this person I love have found happiness. It can be that it's a little bit hard to be joyful for other people's happiness because we want them for ourselves, okay? And this is the most likely action. We have the Knight of Cups, which is actually Pisces, Hierophant, Ace of Cups, the Star, Temperance also. Temperance is the card that comes after the Devil. It's when you start to integrate your own shadow, at least start to see your own shadow. Star card, it's like you have a soul contract together. Ace of Cups is very deep love. Hierophant, they probably want commitment. Knight of Cups, they are offering you love. So that's what I'm seeing there. And so this is how they see your past. And we have the Five of Swords together with Seven of Wands. So they realize they might have done things to that wasn't very fair, and they were acting in self-interest, and they might have hurt you a lot in this process, just trying to win or outsmart you or look better than you, or like win over you in arguments, or if you were very nice, they might have used this against you to, again, win over you. And I think eventually you put boundaries to this. Seven of Wands, you say, no, thank you. This is not fun. I don't appreciate this this game here. And Page of Pentacles with the Six of Cups. So they see that when you put boundaries, they immediately wanted to change and try to do better, and they wanted to reconcile with you and try to fix things, even if they were a beginner at this, because it seems like they immediately reacted to your boundary there, and okay, yes, I realize I need to better my ways. And but then the Tower, so I'm thinking you stayed in this fire energy here, and you didn't accept any kind of apologies or any kind of reconciliation. You stayed safe in the Tower here, and didn't let this person in. That's what I'm seeing. So from their point of view, this was a little bit of a disaster, and they feel like they were, like, even before, when they did these crappy things, they did so from a place of innocence, from a place of themselves feeling like a victim, but they realized that they also victimized you in this process, and they still feel like this innocent child, and they probably feel very rejected by you here, staying in your pride and in your Tower. But this is probably what I advised you to do back in the days. So from their point of view, of course, it's a sad story. From your point of view, it's a story of strength. How you, okay, so I'm hearing this is probably from the past. It's the Tower of Strength, and it says the Tower of Strength is something that I will never be. And that's probably how you felt until you realized that this is the only way, and you became the Tower of Strength. And now they are on the outside looking in, wanting reconciliation, at least here in the past. We also saw this in their action part, so I don't think they have changed their mind. But this is what they would want to happen between you two. And we have a Seven of Swords, so Five of Swords, Seven of Swords. It doesn't look good for their ability to keep their promise. You know, they promised to be good here. You said, I don't believe you. And maybe you were right, because here it doesn't seem like they even believe themselves with this, because probably there's a lot of things that they haven't tried out in practical situations. In theory, they see, oh, this was not particularly nice of me. I won't do that again. But when actually being faced with the same situation, it's very easy to fall into the same pitfall again and again and again. And it's you have like a tape recorder, if people remember tape recorders, okay. Let's say it's like a mobile phone video recorder. And you have recorded a certain drama, and when you are triggered, you just press play, and the same thing is playing out. Your same behavior is playing out, even either you want it or not. So whenever faced with a situation that's very challenging, this person will react with fight, not flight, not yielding, not saying I'm sorry, not being humble, but actually, let's say that you are doing something ordinary, something, but that's triggering the other person, and they get hurt, and they might tell you, they can use like abusive words, because this is how it comes out. Like they are triggered, and this is the immediate subconscious reaction to call you a lot of names, for example. That's just one example. 7, 7. So this is how you have faced this behavior. It's very good. It's you have done good with keeping yourself safe. And here we have the 2 of Wands. So this is you just continuing, staying in the tower and not letting this person in because you don't believe a word they say. And it seems like they don't believe themselves either fully. They want to be good, like their inner child wants to be loved, so they want to do whatever they can to be loved, but they are still scared of their own subconscious, like the shadow that comes out and just act in very strange ways that we can't really control. Can be even more abusive behavior, even violence. Okay. And here we have the 6 of Wands. So 2 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands. It's your position of wanting to win here and not letting this person come with their bad behavior and kind of winning because they become the bully. So here you are kind of fighting for your own honor and self-respect. And 5 of Wands. So they feel like you are very combative with them, very angry with them, that you don't want to really, reconcile, that you're just putting up a fight and being difficult in different kind of ways. They mostly feel that you're angry is what I'm feeling. It's maybe a little bit bitterness as well, but mostly that this Pisces is so angry with me. Okay. And then we have the 2 of Cups. So it doesn't matter how angry you are, this person still loves you. But it's also the fact that they don't believe in their change. But it's because it's a child, so the child needs to do a lot of mistakes and learn. If this was a dog, let's say that the dog is for example, growling when you are giving it its food. It's subconscious behavior. The dog is like the dog's body is growling because it's hungry and it wants to keep its food for itself. So don't touch my food. Okay. And you as a human, you don't want this behavior. You want your dog to not be growling. It's dangerous. Let's say that a child comes and wants to play with the food and being bitten by the dog. So you put boundaries to this dog, and you tell them you can't have the food until they stop growling. And this is what this child needs to learn how to play with others in a nice way, without letting their more animalistic, a little bit sometimes traumatized sides. It doesn't have to be the inner animal that's traumatized. It can be the actual inner child that's traumatized. It can be the inner warrior that's traumatized. It can be the inner witch. We usually have the soul has the child, the witch, and the warrior. And the child is the essence of, it's the core of your soul. And the witch is the one that interprets like a grown-up perspective on what the child wants. I feel hungry. Don't touch my food. And the don't touch my food part, it's the warrior. So it's not really the animalistic part, just in this example. It's more like a protection shield. Like the warrior is the protection for the witch and the child. And then we have the animal, and that's the body. Okay, so it's complicating things because we are married. It's a marriage between the body and the soul. And I think we have the warrior, and the body has one here. The child wants to have access inside this body, but I think the warrior and the body is feeling that this is dangerous, because if the child comes in, there's a lot of emotions. And if we have a lot of emotions, we might break down and cry and become a victim. And then I can't protect ourselves. And the body will feel a lot of pain due to the child sending the stress signals. So that's why this person is naturally acting like this, like fight, whenever they are put in a position. And you have realized this very well. So you say, oh, you want fight? Here's fight. So everything you do, I'm going to react with fight. You're not allowed, or coming here, or I'm going to shoot down all your attempts to make warfare against me. But underneath it all, this person loves you, and they don't want to be this warrior animal. They probably want to be more in their inner child and use their witchy wisdom to actually create a relationship, because the warrior and the body can't really create a relationship. They can have sex only relationships, but they can't have intimate soul level relationships. But this person wants this, so they craves this, and at least their inner child is awake. And I haven't seen their witch just yet. It's you representing maybe the feminine witch, because you are interpreting what your inner child says and how it wants to be, what kind of needs your inner child has. And that's displaying a little bit of this witch energy. But here we also have the warrior energy from you. That's good, and it's probably a good example for this person, seeing, we can actually protect our inner child in a healthy way. Somewhat aggressive here maybe, but it's because you really want to be firm with not being used or abused by this person again. Yeah, I was supposed to take some brutally honest oracle cards. I don't feel worthy of love. It's this energy here. I don't feel worthy of love. So I feel like everyone is going to kick me. It's like the stray dog on the street that's being kicked over and over again. So it's trying to bite every ankle it sees because it feels excluded from love. So that's the little bit trauma that this person has. But from their inner child and witch perspective, they want to marry you. So it's both these feelings in the same person. I don't feel worthy of love, but I want to marry you. I feel like if I don't protect myself, will be kicked. And if I kick you, you won't love me. So that's kind of natural, but the person is reacting and they are not acting. They are reacting, and that's why they behave in these strange ways. I won't give up on us. I was never good enough for you. So it's also an element of maybe feeling inferior towards you, and maybe your knowledge about how to act in relationships, or how to behave in a more soul way instead of the animal warrior way. I'm not saying that the warrior isn't your soul, but together with just the animal, it becomes very earthbound. This person might not have gotten love from other people, have just been kicked like this stray dog and learned to fight for their food. So when coming up against you, which they feel is the source of love here, they feel very small and insignificant, which adds to their insecurities and adds to their need to protect themselves and act out. Okay, so this is the most likely action that they will take. They are in desperation because they don't know how to deal with this animal warrior aspect of themselves. What they probably need to do, they might need to remember their past life or past situation, at least just feel into the pain. When does the pain arise? In what situation? What triggers the pain? And that will reveal the whole drama, the whole karma, the whole issue. Let's say that this person is being bullied at work. Someone is saying you did a bad job here, everything was your fault, you should have done better. And this person knows that they did the best they could, and they were even better than most of their the companions that did the same work. So it was probably not their fault to begin with. It's just that they became the scapegoat in this situation. And then coming home, they are angry, they feel unjustly treated, and they get angry at the children, as the previous example I gave. So they are being bullied by someone, and then they are bullying someone. They are being bullied by someone they can't speak up to, and then they are bullying someone that can't speak up to them. And while doing so, they hurt, in both cases, their own inner child. And it's abusive of both their own inner child and their actual child. Or you, if you are the one getting the heat from this. So what this person needs to do is identify this and fight back at the source. Put boundaries where it actually do some good, fighting against injustices and people being bullies, instead of taking it out on them that can't defend themselves. So it would be maybe saying to the boss, no, you're wrong. I actually have this process when I'm doing this work, so I'm sure it's always all right. You need to go and ask someone else if they haven't been able to live up to the standards. It's not my problem. It's not my doing. So this is my products. This is someone else's product. You need to find out for yourself whose this product is. It's not mine. And then you fight back at the source, and you don't let this same trauma repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat endlessly. Not all people act out, though. There's a very masculine tendency coming from the animal and the warrior, which is often prominent in people that are ruled by the divine masculinity, to act, to lash out. If you are hurt, you lash out towards someone else, or you become outwardly, everyone sees that you're hurting because you will act out towards the world. But the divine feminine, either in a male or a female body, will usually punish themselves. Might stop eating. It might be like an eating disorder, or we can have like a cutting ourselves or hurting ourselves, or it can be just stomping in ourselves and our own self-worth. I'm not worthy of anything, and we don't lash out. We just keep it like inside everything. And it's these people that end up being the last victim in this chain of bullies. It's the person that then just eats on themselves and hurt themselves. So it's easy to bully these people because you won't have any consequences. They will take the consequences. And Pisces, you might have been this person before that just took the consequences. You didn't put up a fight, or you didn't defend yourself. So it's also kind of up to the victim. It's hard for a child, but if you are grown up, you can put an end to this by not allowing yourself to be the victim anymore, and not just taking it on to avoid conflict and to avoid drama. Here I see you don't avoid conflict anymore, so I'm happy. And now this person they don't have you to lash out on, so it ends up with them. And this is here where they need to do something about it. They need to realize that they won't take this crap, neither from their boss. But if you have a boss on the outside that's like this, you probably have a boss on the inside that's like this. So we need to listen to what our mind is telling us. You are despicable. You can't do anything right. Look at this. It's crap. So if you have that voice inside of you, you will have it mirrored here on the outside with this boss, for example. 9 of Swords. So it's very sad for them to not have access to you, both because here they need to face their real pain instead of deflecting it on you, and in the same time they probably miss you a lot, and you are not available at all here. And then we have the Emperor. So this is good. You see the Page of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, Emperor. They're growing into a grown up person, and they take authority. They start to put boundaries towards bullies here. So this is good. Five of Wands and the Tower. This is just the necessity, the conflict that triggered the real grown-up person stepping in, like someone with a brain, but without being obsessed in their mind. We can see a little bit of obsession, but it's what I said, that the person, if you have a boss on the outside bullying you, you have a boss on the inside bullying you. If you have a partner on the outside bullying you, you have a partner on the inside bullying you. So you need to stop treating yourself badly. We'll see where it goes. Four of Swords. So this person is trying, but I'm a little bit scared that they're just trying to put like an oppression on this. This is the well where their inner child is drowning, and they just sit on the well like this and pretend like, no, nothing has happened, nothing is out of the ordinary. But the Four of Swords can be a very lucky card of digestion. And it can be different for different people you are dealing with, if they are actually digesting like listen to their thoughts. What is it that my inner boss is telling me? How much love and support am I giving to myself? Or if they are just fighting with themselves continuously. So it's either they are trying to heal. This is also new chances, inner child healing, past life healing, childhood healing. Five of Wands. So it's either or. Like, are they trying to oppress it and thereby letting their inner bully win? Or are they really trying to heal it and feel into their inner child and take their side? That will be different for different people. So I can't say exactly what's going to happen for this person. But they're not super happy, and they're not taking much actions because you have said very firmly no here. And here we have a Knight of Pentacles. So we have Aries, Libra, Taurus, Gemini, I think Aquarius. This is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Mars. So this can be people you are dealing with, but it doesn't have to be like that. It's just showing the different people, so, or their personality, like how they are behaving in the situation. So even if you have cast them out of the Tower here, this person keeps this heart for you, but they're keeping a respectful distance since you don't love them, and maybe you have stated that they are not good enough for you and you don't want their lies or their bad behavior. But this person won't stop loving you for a long time, but I'm not seeing any forward movement. If they would be free to act in the way they would want to, they would probably give you their forever love, but it would also mean that you would have to work these things out in the relationship and be aware when it happens. For example, you seem very upset right now. What was the trigger? And the person can say, well, you said this and blah, blah, blah. Okay, my intentions was never to hurt you. Why did you react so strongly to that? Well, blah, 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 blah. And you said, okay, so how does that make you feel? So we help each other when we get triggered, because when we get triggered, we are thrown back in time. And we become very unconscious. So the other person needs to stay conscious and kind of help the person through. Or if we have no other person, we ourselves needs to stay conscious and help ourselves through. So this seems to be what's happening, and maybe this is for the greater good, that we are maybe split apart because you said no, and the person needs to deal with this on their own, and thereby they can't make themselves into a victim, because it's no one to make themselves in a victim in front of, and they actually need to be the grown-up person to take responsibility in this healing process. So they need to be aware themselves. They can't have someone else being aware for them. So it's almost like a little bit leveling up of this process where you have no one to help you. You need to do it yourself, and it looks very it's going to give the person benefits in the end, because they are going to be much more skilled at this than and much less like a baby, more grown up, because they had to do this themselves. So I will see the future for your relationship. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So I'm thinking both of you need to realize it's safe for you to love, because you love yourself and you kind of kick the inner negative boss to the curb, or the inner negative partner or the inner negative friend or family member to the curb, and you won't have it mirrored on your outside again and again. So it's about loving yourself and talking nicely towards yourself, having boundaries and knowing your worth. So for the relationship, what's the kind of outcome we see here? Children, your love life is being affected by children. Well, both of you are children, and in this process you are both learning to install the witch and the warrior, which will be your adult entities that will take good care. You have installed the warrior. This person eventually needs to install the witch. Right now they're just working on making their warrior nicer towards themselves, like loving themselves and loving their inner child instead of hating their inner child and blaming it for all the troubles. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't feel this way, kind of. So it's more about your own spiritual work. But we have very soon healing family issues, giving your relationship a chance. But if you want this, that very soon you will be able to heal not only this, like this karma, but also the relationship, and give the relationship a new chance. You actually need to do this first. Love yourself, love your inner child, protect the inner child. Look at what you're saying to yourself, monitor everything, and then this can happen, but not before. So there's no shortcuts here, obviously. And this is what their soul wants to say to you. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you are currently finding yourself in. And I'm thinking that's a good advice for both you and them, that both of you can realize that the past is the past, and it's only you hurting you now. It's only you with your thoughts about the situation, and you questioning yourself and thinking, am I entitled to feel like this or do like this, or say no here? So we need to be on our own side, and that will make us love ourselves, and to the point where we can be on everyone's side, because we will become really grown up and real mature, because we don't have triggers anymore, because we take care of ourselves. Okay, so my dear Pisces, I hope this helped, and I will put the Tower of Strength song in the description box. I hear another song here. It also came for Capricorn, so it's Still Skin. I don't hear the text right now, but yeah, it's something, keep it all inside. So I think this is what the person is trying to do here, just keep it all inside. That will not help. They need to come to the breaking point where they actually start with the healing of their inner child. But it's different, it's stages you need to go through. So since you are not taking them in with a warm embrace, they will keep it all inside until they realize that it still hurts and that they need to deal with the issue. Okay, so I would urge you to watch the reading Their True Thoughts and Feelings for your sign Pisces in the True Thoughts and Feelings playlist. That will probably reveal more. And if you like my content and want to see more videos like this on how to heal yourself and make yourself ready for that true romantic partner of yours, or if you just want to work on spiritual growth, remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification to get a heads up when the new video is ready and waiting for you. If you subscribe, you can also become a member to my channel and get access to my premium content videos, readings for the membership collectives, and all my tarot reading ads free and ahead of time for extended members and full members. and personal readings for the full members. Click the join button or follow the link in the description box to learn more. And for my regular viewers, not much have changed, except you get more videos from me, and the old type of videos arrives a few days earlier than they did before. They are now being posted Thursday to Sunday instead of Tuesday to Friday the following week. And to not miss out on any other content, you can visit my channel. There's a lot of different playlists there with your favorite videos. And if you click the arrow to see more, you will only see the last 12 videos from that playlist. So rather click the headline to see all the videos that the playlist contains. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I'm truly grateful for my wonderful, loving and supporting viewers. Until next time, take really good care and bye-bye.